Hello, little dreamers, and welcome to our Christmas story time. My name is Jochen, and I'm happy you're here. Are you all cozy and comfortable? Maybe you're in your bed or on the sofa, snuggled up with your favorite teddy. Then close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and let your heart get quiet and warm. Because now it's time for a brand new Christmas fairy tale, told just for you. Tonight's story is called Master Mumpf and the Stolen Christmas Joy. Are you ready? Then let the story begin. Once upon a time, high up in the snowy mountains of Colorado, there was a town that loved Christmas so much that even the houses looked as if they had dressed up for the holidays. Every street lamp wore a wreath, every fence had a bow, and even the snowman had tiny glittering scarves. No one loved Christmas as much as the people of Middlebury Ridge. No one. Except for one. Far above the town, at the top of a steep cliff called Briarthorn Ridge, where hardly anyone ever went, there lived a very unusual creature. The Mumpf. The Mumpf was, well, hard to describe. He was a little taller than a dwarf, a little shorter than a troll, and looked like a walking ball of fuzz that had decided to turn bad temper into an art form. His fur was dark green like deep pine moss, his face a little wrinkled, and his eyes always flashed as if they had just witnessed something highly suspicious. Mostly the people of Middlebury Ridge and their Christmas obsession. Mumpf hated Christmas from the bottom of his heart. He hated the strings of lights that dazzled him. He hated the festive music that thumped all the way up to his cliff. He hated the laughter of children that the wind carried up to his cave. And most of all, he hated that he hated Christmas. Because somewhere, deep inside, Christmas must once have meant something to him. But he couldn't remember that anymore.
Enough is enough.
On the morning of December 1st, Mumpf stood in front of his cave, listened to the cheerful singing of the church bells in town, and drew a deep breath of icy air.
All right,
he grumbled.
That's it.
He stomped back into the cave, rummaged in a chest full of strange gadgets, and put something on the table that looked like a cross between a fishing rod, a vacuum cleaner, and a snowblower. The Christmas Joy Slurper 3000. With this, he growled, I'll take everything from them.
No songs, no glitter, no joy, no more squealing and giggling and sparkling.
He let out a gurgling Mumpf laugh. And he swore to drive Christmas out of Middlebury Ridge. But Mumpf had missed something. Someone had been watching him. The next day, a little girl crept up to his steep trail of Briarthorn Ridge. Her name was Mila. She had curls like twisted icicles and eyes that always looked a little sadder than they should have. She was the only one in town who had heard Mumpf's strange laugh, and she was curious. She found the cave, stepped inside, and saw Mumpf bending over his machine.
Hello,
Mila said softly. Mumpf shot up like a cork out of a bottle.
What? Who? Where? Why?
I'm Mila.
She said.
Why are you so sad?
Sad?
Mumpf planted his hands on his hips.
I'm not sad. I am outraged, annoyed, irritated, disturbed in my holiday peace.
That sounds like sad.
Mila replied calmly. Mumpf was speechless, for the first time in years.
What do you want?
he finally growled.
I want to help you.
Mumpf stared at her as if she had just claimed that snow was warm.
I don't need help. And certainly not from a Christmas child. Out with you.
But Mila stayed where she was.
Why don't you like Christmas?
She asked.
Because
Mumpf froze.
that's none of your business.
Mila nodded.
Then I'll just be quiet.
She said. And she simply sat down in the corner of his cave. Mumpf became nervous. So nervous, his belly gurgled.
What are you doing?
Just sitting.
Why?
Because maybe you need someone who's just there.
Mumpf blinked. No one had ever stayed with him before, and he had no idea what to do with that feeling. The next evening, Mumpf sneaked into town with a Christmas Joy Slurper 3000 slung over his shoulder. He was ready. He grinned wickedly. He took aim at the big, brightly lit Christmas tree in the middle of the town square.
Goodbye, Joy.
And then he pulled the trigger. There was a and instead of sucking up the town's Christmas joy, the machine blasted tons of glitter confetti into the air. By the next morning, the whole town was covered in a golden sea of sparkles. People cheered. What a magical night of glittering snow! Misselberry Ridge has never seen anything like it. Mumpf was furious. That was
a malfunction, I say.
The following evening, he tried to slurp away all the Christmas cookies, but the machine simply puffed out clouds of vanilla scent so strong that the whole town smiled in delight. On the third night, he tried to erase the Christmas carols. He stood right in the middle of the square, pulled the trigger, and suddenly the machine began to sing, loudly, off-key, but with all its heart. The children thought it was fantastic. Mumpf was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. After the third failure, Mumpf sat frustrated on the edge of the town fountain and noticed Mila sitting next to him.
Did you try again?
She asked.
No. Maybe. Yes.
Why do you want Christmas to go away?
Mumpf stared down at the snow. Suddenly his face grew very still. A stillness Mila had never seen before.
Because
His throat tightened.
Christmas hurts.
Mila blinked.
Why?
Mumpf swallowed.
Because I didn't used to be alone.
Silence. Mumpf told her how long ago he had celebrated Christmas with his little family, with songs and cookies and strings of lights he had made himself, until one winter a rock slide thundered down the mountain, and after that he was alone.
Christmas reminds me of what I lost.
Mila nodded.
You know, you can lose something and still find something again. Not the same thing, but something new.
Mumpf stared at her, and something inside his furry heart began to thaw. On Christmas Eve, Misselberry Ridge was more festive than ever. Lights danced across the rooftops, children laughed, and the smell of bread and cinnamon filled the air. Mila climbed the path up to Briarthorn Ridge and knocked on Mumpf's cave.
Would you like to come with me?
Mumpf shook his head.
I don't belong with you.
Yes, you do. You belong to me.
And that was the moment when the last chunks of ice in his heart melted. He followed her, and when he reached the town, the wind seemed to pause for a heartbeat. The lights reflected in his eyes, the music vibrated in his fur, and children ran up to him, wide-eyed. "Are you a forest spirit? A pine wizard? A Christmas fluff monster?" Mumpf had no idea what to say. Then Mila called out,
"This is my friend."
And the whole town smiled. People stepped aside to make room for him, as if that were the most natural thing in the world. And in that moment, Mumpf understood. He was no longer alone. From that Christmas Eve on, Mumpf was no longer the grump on the mountain. He became Master Mumpf, honorary guardian of the Misselberry Christmas. He invented new traditions. Glitter snow globes, singing snow lanterns, mumphy hats for every child. And every year he unveiled a new version of his Christmas joy slurper, which never slurped anything, but always produced something wonderful. Because Mumpf had finally understood. You can't steal Christmas, but you can find it again. Sometimes in the very place you least expect it. In a little girl with a quiet voice. Well, we can't steal Christmas, but we can rediscover it. A truth that Master Mumpf and the Grinch share. If you like, you may one day find all those tales as a book with my own illustrations, to read out loud, or to give it as a gift. Let me know which of these stories you like best, and maybe one day I'll turn it into a beautiful book for next Christmas. I wish you and your family a blessed Christmas season, full of peace, hope, and shining stars.